Hey all, Hipper here. So we are taking out a kind of an old ship now actually. It's always new in my mind because when we got this ship we were pretty much a year into the game. But I guess Wichita these days is, probably 2 years old. Stock, this ship comes with a 6-second rudder. So obviously if you put a full rudder build on this thing here, you can pull off some crazy things. And like for example, one of the things I really like to do is just remove DDs right under the nose of battleships. Yeah, for example, right in front of this Kurfürst here, we remove a gearing and then we run away without getting hit. So just look at the build that makes this possible. So I have Kincaid here. I have Greg the Garlic Farmer on, but it is Kincaid, and inspirations and everything is pure agile. So double rudder, obviously, on the ship. That's a given. And we get, with this setup here, we get 3 of everything. So just have a look here. 1.3 second rudder. That is just out of this world. And, well, I think only Suzuya can manage a faster rudder shift. It doesn't mean that Wichita is the most agile cruiser. Some of the Italians, for example, they feel more agile. Although the numbers state that Wichita is one of the more agile, and of course it is super agile, but the feel is still lagging a little bit behind some of the other cruisers anyway. But a 1.3 second rudder is certainly nothing to sneeze at. You can pretty much turn instantly with this build, and I don't really go this far down in rudder usually. I stick around 1.9 seconds, which I usually do with Wichita, but I thought, I'll do a video with, a full rudder Kincaid build. So here you go. This is as fast as you can possibly get the rudder on Wichita. So this build here is not about playing it safe. That's just not the way it works. To use this build to the fullest, you have to do hit and run pretty much all the time. Like for example in this situation here, and I'll show again in a minute. You move in and you pick a victim. And once you got everything set up, you do what you have to do. And once, in this case, the destroyer has been taken care of, he's already hurt by the CV, then you use your agility to get out of dodge again. Because obviously this reversing turpits here has me spotted, but there's no way he can hit me at this distance here, and with a 1.3 second rudder. So that's it. That's one destroyer taken care of. So next job is to find out where the other destroyer is. And there's no point chasing this turpits here. And I can tell, because I have played this game a lot, that all these blue ships here, they're going to chase that turpits. So I kind of try to tell them that, hey, why don't you go over to B instead? Because we already have A. Just let the turpits sit out there and wait till he comes in closer and then do whatever you want to do. But anyway, I'm just going to leave them here and head over towards B, because hopefully the destroyer will be somewhere over here because the cap is unclaimed. And I'll just get some cheeky shots at whoever I can pick on the way. So if you like high octane ships and high octane builds, and with that I mean, where you're going fast, you're moving fast, and you have to make decisions, in a split second. There's no, picking a spot in this ship and then, setting up a tent and, cooking your breakfast and stuff while you shoot at enemy ships. If you want to do that, don't put this build on Wichita. I mean, there's way better builds for more positional play like that. Agile play is all about making opportunities and taking care of them very, very quickly. And it requires, a certain bit of guts, because you're usually always the first ship in, and most of the times you don't know what is expecting you. So you have to be able to, like I said in the beginning, make those split-second decisions, and you'll see that in a minute here. So here there's a battleship pushing in, and that's the worst. I really, really hate when battleships are allowed to push in like that. Just totally confronted, or like just moving into the middle of the map and creating havoc. And I'm trying to stay out of his reach, but obviously I'm going to have to get into the to be spotted by the Helena there from before, because otherwise I take some battleship shells. So I'm just picking the lesser of two evils here, which is the Helena, because it's not much of a problem. I've almost capped here, and I just have to dodge one salvo, and then we should be fine. And that's where the good old rudder comes in, and the cap is taken, and there we are. This is where I have to make another split-second decision, because suddenly this Cleveland here pops up. So I used a very fast rudder to stop being broadside to him, and again, full speed to avoid the torpedoes that we had no idea was coming. And we're lucky enough that the other destroyer is hiding here, hiding under the skirts of a Cleveland. So again, we decide, okay, well, we'll take this destroyer on, because if I get both destroyers in this match here, then I'm happy. That's my job, and my work here is done. So just gonna move in so I can get a shot at the destroyer again and just annoy the Cleveland a little bit on the way. We don't show broadside to anyone, keep that in mind. We always bow on or angle to pretty much everybody. And we don't kill him there, so we just use the fast rudder to get the rear turret in play, and that takes care of him. And now the Cleveland is obviously going to go for the ram, because the DD is dead. He failed in his mission. So we just make sure that we don't get rammed by, again, using the fast rudder here to turn around him and, trick him. And then we've switched to AP a long time ago, and we just have to wait for him to show enough broadside. And that's the end of Cleveland. So during this whole thing here, I'm trying really hard to stay out of battleship range, and it usually gets off one salvo, and I'm fully expecting to get Citadel here as soon as I come around the corner from that battleship on the right. So I've pretty much just shooting for fun here, see if I can Citadel the Helena. But I don't know what happens here. That battleship just decides not to shoot at me, and I mean, that's just a fatal mistake. So obviously I'm gonna make the most out of that. I gotta heal back in a few seconds. And I just got to hit this Helena here, the right spot. And again, we avoid a whole Helena salvo. And that's the Citadel there, and someone else takes care of him. He just gets one more salvo off that I wasn't prepared for. And just dodged that as well. So, that's pretty much it. With some fresh and action-packed gameplay here, we have pretty much secured the middle of the map, and the red ships are confined to about one square up there in the north. What would that be? The northeast. So I'm just gonna head in towards the middle of the map again and take up a more defensive position. And of course the Tirpitz tries again, but like I said before, if you're playing your Tirpitz from 15 kilometers away, you're not gonna hit anything, and especially not a 1.3 second Wichita. I mean, that's just a waste of a salvo. But anyway, fine with me. More attracted damage for me. So we are going to move in, like I said, take up a defensive position, because we have two caps and there's still a lot of battleships left, so I don't want to push the last cap. That's, if someone wants to do that, I think it should be one of the actual battleships and not the cruisers. So I've removed the destroyers, and I have kept two caps. So I'm going to play a little bit more of a passive role now, because I don't have much health left. I need to heal at least one more, so I can get up to around 15,000. Then I can start to get back into the fight again. But it was a close one before, and really, I don't know why that battleship didn't take me out there. But anyway, had he done that, I would still have removed the two destroyers. So what this build here does is allow you to play very, very aggressively. Like, do not, YOLO in to like 3 or 4 enemies or more like that, more than that, because then, no agile build is going to save you there. But if you can compartmentalize the opponents a little bit and take on no more than 2, at very maximum 3 at a time, you should be fine. And that's the key to this build here. I mean, it's judging when you can push and when you should be taking a little bit more of a passive approach. And that's not always easy, and sometimes your team just lets you down completely, and that's just the way it is. I'm sure we're all used to that in this game here. So like I said, I'm just taking a bit of a passive role here, farming a little bit damage and just making sure no one enters the B cap or the A cap for that matter. But there's no one even close to the A cap, and just trying to get over 100,000 damage here, and then we'll say, yeah, that's a pretty good game, and then that's about it. Just going to cut the line of sight here so I can go dark again, and I just wanted to make sure there was no one attacking me around the corner here. Usually CCs are target number one, and the amount of times that some random shell comes flying from 19 kilometers away across the map from somewhere I never in my wildest imagination would have thought, well, that happens. So you always have to keep your eyes and your wits about you with these builds, so you cannot relax. It's probably a little bit easier as a normal player, but yeah. Anyway, so what we got here is a 38 knots cruiser with a very small turning radius, and the rudder shift, probably half the rudder shift of most destroyers, if not more than that. Pretty much only the Americans can match this. And the fastest rudder shift in the world belongs to Sims, the destroyer, and it's 0.9 seconds. So this Wichita is only 0.4 of a second of the fastest rudder in the game, and this is a cruiser. Yeah, I don't know, but I didn't make up the rudder calculations in this game here, and like I said, yeah, on paper it's really agile, but there's no point going lower than 1.9. And if you want to try the most agile cruiser in the game, I think the Gorizia is probably the pick. It just feels absolutely like it's floating around in butter or something like that. So anyway, there's just a carrier left, and we are about to win on points here. So that was an agile Wichita here, a very agile Wichita with a 1.3 second rudder. Pretty crazy. 3300 XP. So hope you enjoyed this video here, guys, and I'll see you out there.